A hot afternoon on the grounds of Townsend Farms in Cornelius as seasonal workers head to temporary housing. On Thursday, state health officials confirmed that 48 seasonal workers with the fruit processing plant tested positive for COVID-19. Those workers arrived with a group of 350 people last weekend and are divided between the Cornelius site in Washington County and the Fairview plant in East Multnomah County. The state believes they contracted the virus before arriving in Oregon.
When I learned that there were more positive cases, I was just sort of terrified. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Dr. Laura Byerly is medical director at Virginia Garcia Memorial Health Center, which serves migrant farm workers in Washington and Yamhill counties. Team members regularly check on migrant camps to see if they're following regulations. They're also helping screen workers for COVID-19. She believes this is just another example of how quickly the virus spreads.
Any group of people that are traveling together and living in tight quarters, it's not Townsend Farm, it's not people from Mexico. This is how the virus transmits. So you put rich people on a cruise ship and they spread it.
Initially, the Oregon Health Authority would not disclose where the 48-person outbreak was centered. Health officials explained they rarely reveal an outbreak at any specific company to protect company and patient privacy. But late Thursday, the OHA announced a change in policy. They will start reporting large COVID-19 outbreaks in workplaces. That would include any outbreak involving 5 or more people. A spokesperson with Oregon's Occupational Safety and Health Administration tells KGW that OSHA is evaluating multiple complaints filed against Townsend Farms. Public records show the complaints allege poor sanitation, a lack of social distancing, and people working 7 days a week while sick. This is Townsend's second COVID-19 outbreak, state health officials just confirmed. The first, in late April, involved 53 of the company's year-round employees. It also went unpublicized by state health officials. On Thursday, Washington County officials addressed the Townsend outbreak, which they said would not impede the county's approval to enter Phase 1 reopening on Monday.
We are concerned about stigma being placed on these workers. That's why we think it's really important to help everyone to understand that they are really some of the heroes in this COVID-19 epidemic. Because they have had to continue to work.
State and county agencies are working with Townsend to improve safety and sanitation measures for its workers, emphasizing physical distancing and wearing personal protective equipment. This week, members of the Oregon Army National Guard, Department of Agriculture, and Oregon State University Extension Program began delivering 900,000 face coverings for agricultural workers across the state. And as workers tend to the harvest, Dr. Byerly says she and her team will tend to their health.
We'll keep visiting. We're going to go out to the same camp weekly, so we'll have a chance to offer more tests, repeat tests.
Catherine Cook, KGW News.